Here today we have a 2018 Kawasaki ZG1400, also known as a Concours. We will be doing an oil change utilizing the factory racing parts oil change kit. This particular model takes 4.7 quarts of oil. Along with the oil, we will be using a 65mm oil filter wrench, a ratchet, 17mm socket or wrench, a new crush washer, and a new factory racing parts oil filter. So the oil change on this particular unit isn't too difficult. The drain bolt is right there, and the oil filter is right there. Neither require any additional parts to be removed. I've already warmed this bike up. I've taken it for a ride around the block. So we're going to go ahead and drop the drain bolt using our 17mm socket. We want to make sure that we capture the drain bolt washer. While our oil finishes draining, we're going to go ahead and remove our filter. We've already installed the filter socket right here on the filter itself. So we're going to go ahead and get the ratchet on there and get that loose. Now, filters, oil filters, should not be that tight. So this should not require much torque to get it off. There we go. Okay, now, while the filter wrench is still firmly planted on the filter itself, I like to go ahead and give it a little love tap to get the wrench off the filter. Now we can go ahead and thread off our filter, catch all the oil. And I went ahead and I already installed the new drain bolt washer. And throw that in. Now, a drain bolt washer does two things. It does seal the drain bolt because it is aluminum and it is a soft metal, but it also provides a torque cushion for when you're tightening your drain bolt. It gives you just a little bit extra assurance that you're not going to over tighten and damage or strip your drain bolt. And that's about all the torque that needs. We're going to take our factory racing parts oil filter. Now I've already added oil and distributed some oil around the gasket. Go ahead and install that. Now, when tightening an oil filter, as long as you can get at it with your easily, I like to tighten them by hand. So in this case, I'm going to be using some brake clean to clean the filter, so I can get a nice firm grip on it. And tighten it just like that. So I have just over 5 quarts, or I do have 5 quarts of our 1040 synthetic oil provided in the oil change kit. We're going to go ahead and fill it up until the oil reaches that top line. And until we start the bike up initially for its first cycle, it is okay to overfill it just a hair above that top line, because the oil filter will soak up some of that oil. So I'm going to go ahead and fill it up until we get to above that line. So I've filled the oil up till it's just above that top line. You can see the bubble there right above the top of the sight glass. So the next step will be to start the bike and let the oil circulate. What we're going to be watching for is oil disappearing from this sight glass, which is an indication that the oil is circulating, moving its way through the oil filter. So let's go ahead and start the bike. And there we can see the oil moving its way out of the sight glass. And then the next step is to look for leaks. We look at our drain bolt, and we check our filter. It's been about 5 minutes since I shut off the bike, and this is where the oil level is at now. So you do want to give the bike a few minutes for the oil to settle down after shutting it off. So the last step here is to just top off the oil and bring it right to that top line. We do not want to go above the line at that point. The bike will be considered to be overfilled going above that line at this point. So there you have it, an oil change using the 1040 synthetic oil change kit from Factory Racing Parts for the 2008 to 2021 Kawasaki ZG1400. Thank you.